I've used ecom email marketing to generate over $3.5 million for my e-commerce clients, right? Including Delta Beverages that generated over $1.72 million in just 6 months. We also helped another health and wellness brand, Microgenics, add an extra $64,000 a month to their top line, while helping another supplement brand add an extra $53,000. So in this masterclass, I'll be showing you absolutely everything you need to know to skyrocket your e-commerce brands with the power of email marketing. So this is exactly what I'll be going over in this masterclass. So first thing we're going to go is how to build a list growth strategy that actually turns the visitors into subscribers. Then probably one of the most important ones that I would stay for is mastering deliverability to ensure that your emails actually reach the inbox, not the spam. Creating automated flows that actually recover abandoned carts, welcome new subscribers, and drive post-purchase revenue. Designing strategic campaigns that keep your brand top of mind without having to constantly shoot out discounted emails, mastering email design principles that work across all devices, and master clicks, copywriting that actually turns subscribers into customers, implementing advanced segmentation to just send very hyper-personalized targeted messages to your email list so you can stand out from your competitors. And then for last, we're going to go over how to actually optimize and test your account so you can constantly keep improving and just, keep getting better results. So for e-commerce, Klaviyo is the industry standard with the best e-commerce integrations. So if you are on a little bit of a tighter budget, consider OmniSend or ActiveCampaign. But Klaviyo will offer the most powerful features specifically for e-commerce. So this is what majority of the brands that we work with actually use. So you want to go ahead and make sure you set up your ESP by connecting your store to Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, whatever platform that you are using. You want to go ahead and set up your sender domain. Then you want to make sure you implement the proper authentication, such as your SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and all that great stuff. And then you want to go ahead and create the initial segments for engaged users, which can be the 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day, right? So having your store properly connected actually ensures all customer actions synchronized with your ESP. So it allows you to create automated flows based on specific behaviors like product views, cart abandonment, and purchase. Then what we want to do is where a lot of brands tend to actually get it wrong is we want to properly set up our domains for deliverability, right? So poor deliverability will kill your email marketing results before you even start. Since the 2024 updates with major email providers like Gmail, Yahoo, Apple Mail, proper technical setup has become even more crucial. Right. So you need to have proper authentication to show email providers that you are a legitimate sender. So ensure that you have your sending domain matches your website domain. So for example, newsletter at your brand, not your brand at Gmail, right? If you have at Gmail, that's really going to hurt your deliverability. You will see all your emails going into spam, right? So all authentication records are properly set up. You want to go ahead and make sure that your domain is quote unquote warmed up before you start sending at volume. So best way to do this is to engage people that are 7-day engaged. Do that for about a week or two. It's going to start letting the sender reputation know because a lot of people are opening your emails, clicking emails, and slowly can start backloading. So then you can go from 7-day engaged to 14-day engaged and 30-day engaged and 60-day engaged, and you get the idea, right? So just make sure that you're sending to engaged users, especially when you're starting, as just mentioned. So using a branded sending domain means you're not sharing reputations with other senders. So this gives you a complete control over your sender reputation, which is the most important factor in deliverability, right? So then we have to make sure we actually comply. So every email needs to have your physical address, a working unsub link, compliance with the GDPR, CAN spam, and the CCPA. Then you just want to make sure there's clear permission from subscribers, no purchase list. This is key. Do not purchase any sort of list from a brand that you may work with or collaborate with because they did not give consent. And this can get you in some deep trouble. So I'd make sure not to have this, right? Because compliance isn't just about avoiding legal issues. It actually builds trust with their customers and improves deliverability as email providers look for these elements when determining inbox placement. So your email list is going to be the most valuable marketing asset you have, right? Because without subscribers, even the best email strategy is flat out worthless. So these are the 4 main methods to grow your email list, right? So number 1 is going to be your pop-up form, right? Your pop-up form should convert at least 10% of your website traffic into email subscribers, because the reality is 98% of the traffic that ever goes to your site, they're going to end up leaving empty-handed and they are not going to return back. So it's very key for us to be able to minimize that turnover rate and be able to properly funnel all that traffic into one time, then eventually recurring customers, right? And we do not want them to shop with one of our competitors. So some common mistakes that hurt conversions can be offering weak incentives, asking for too much information up front, poor timing, right? It's either popping up too soon or way too late. Very small, easy to miss form. So if it's coming up as a flyer on the side of the screen, that's not going to look too good, right? And then just you over clutter it with designs or just a lot of copy where if it overstimulates the people, they're going to want to click out, right? It looks too spammy or too salesy, right? And we never want our brand to ever look like that. So for high converting pop-ups, we want to make sure it goes in around from 4 to 12 seconds before showing. Make the form large. At least 75% of the screen should be taken. Offer a compelling incentive, right? So make sure something that's discount, free guide. And the best way I could say this is try to match what your competitors are giving or give something even better so they can actually stay and shop with you guys, right? This is going to be one of the biggest ways you're going to actually grow your list is having a good incentive. Ask for email initially, right? Avoid asking for birthdays or phone numbers, things that are a little bit more personal for people. If you can ask and lead with a soft yes, that's a lot easier to get the birthdays, a lot easier to get the phone numbers and other third-party data, right? So use a large, clear CTA button and make the close button subtle, or use a just flat out no thanks text option, right? Or you could even say something like, no, I do not want the discount, right? Something where it's like copywriting psychology. And you want to make sure you can implement a yes or no question for micro commitment before asking for email sometimes too. This is a great thing you can test. It has worked really well for some of our clients, and for other clients, it doesn't. So test it for your own brand and see how it performs. But why this works is because the psychology of micro commitment is really, really powerful. Getting a small yes, essentially, it's like getting that soft yes, makes the subsequent request for email very much more likely to be accepted, right? Because you're removing the friction and increasing the perceived value, which is your offer, to maximize conversion rate. Second way is going to be the post-purchase opt-ins. So you want to add a pre-check box at checkout asking customers if they want to receive emails, right? This is probably one of the easiest way to grow a list with their buyers. Tools like data sheets can increase checkout consent rates from like 5 to 10% all the way to 70 to 90% by using pre-selected boxes with the GDPR compliant language that dynamically changes based on the visitor's region. This can turn 3,000 monthly customers from 150 to 300 new subscribers into 2,100, 2,700 new subscribers, right? Third is sign up pages. You just want to go ahead and create a dedicated landing page for email collection. This is going to be great for running giveaways, offering exclusive content, promoting through social media, because dedicated landing pages convert at a really good rate because they remove all sorts of distractions and focus visitors on just performing a single action. And then the fourth way is sign up embeds, right? Place a simple sign up form in your website footer, blog post, account creation process, because these passive collection methods won't convert as highly as pop-ups, but it provides additional touch points for list growth, right? So it's not going to hurt you to have it. It's only going to help. So email automation flows, right? One of the most important things to have when you set up your flows. And the thing is, it's going to generate approximately 50% of your email revenue, right? So these are some of the key flows that every e-commerce brands need to have. So take notes, right? So the first one is going to be our welcome series, right? So the welcome flow is triggered when someone joins your email list. So it should deliver the promised incentive, build trust in your brand, showcase your best products, overcome common objections, and convert subscribers into customers. A structure would be around like an 8 email welcome sequence, looking a little bit more like email 1 has a really strong introduction, right? You want to go to make sure you send this one out immediately. Deliver the incentive that you promised, which is the discount code. Briefly introduce your brand's unique selling points. Include light social proof so people can see that other people love shopping with you guys. This is going to be great if it's their first impression. Showcase 1 to 2 bestsellers so it makes their decision-making process a lot easier to buy. Then a clear CTA button at the top of the email. So the first email is crucial because it sets the tone for your entire relationship. A delay in delivering what you promised, like a discount code, can break trust immediately. So email 2, right? This is going to be a brand story. You want to send this after day 1 or day 2 after the previous one. So you want to tell your founding story, right? Put a face to the brand. You can use a founder photo, whoever. This makes it really easy because it feels like it's a human-to-human conversation. So you don't just sound like another robot, right? So you want to connect emotionally to the subscriber, subtly mention your products, remind them about the discount. Brand stories work so great because they actually create this emotional connections. Human connect with other humans. So you're just not another faceless company, right? So sharing your quote unquote why will help subscribers understand your value and mission. This is one of the biggest things that I've seen has separated winning brands from losing brands, right? Clearly defining your why and letting the list know about it. So email 3, again, send on day 2, 3, and this is going to be your best sellers, right? We're going to go a little bit more promotional. So you want to feature your top performing products, explain key benefits briefly, include customer testimonials for these products, make it easy to shop by category, and just remind them about the discount once again, right? Don't be too forceful with it, but very subtle. And showcasing, just best sellers leverages a lot of social proof psychology because people want to buy what others are buying. Then with the discount, makes it a lot easier, right? So email 4 is going to be incentive reminder with some urgency. You want to send this around day 3 to 4. This just creates urgency around the welcome offer, reminds them about expiration, includes trust elements, right? Like guarantees, shipping info, anything like that. You just want to add some social proof, right? And then a clear, simple CTA, because urgency is a powerful psychological trigger that increases conversion rates, right? Because people just hate missing out on opportunities. So email 5 in our welcome stage is going to be a us versus them, right? You want to send this around day 4 to 5. So in this email, you're going to be highlighting what makes you different from competitors, right? You're going to create a comparison without actually naming your competitors, and you want to focus on your unique advantages, right? And then you want to back that up with some proof, with a very subtle CTA. And the reason why this works so well is because comparisons help subscribers understand your differentiation and value props. So it's a lot easier. So the next time they see their product versus yours, it's a lot easier for them to know which one to buy with, right? Because you have let them know the differentiators. So email 6 is going to be social proof. We want to send this on day 5 to 6. You want to be really heavy on testimonials on this email, right? Include media mentions if available. So if you were mentioned on Forbes, LA Times, anything like that, that will do really well. Show a as seen in logos, again, do really well. Showing some product reviews, clear CTA, because people just trust other customers more than brands. So reviews and testimonials significantly reduce purchase hesitation. And then email 7, right? The last chance email. So send day 6, 7. This one, we want to create maximum urgency, right? A final reminder style email with the messaging, very simple, direct copy, big, bold, clear CTA, and a countdown timer if it's possible. Because when you create scarcity, it drives immediate action and captures subscribers who might otherwise never purchase. And then last email, this one works really, really well. Make sure this is a plain text email, and there's going to be a note from the founder. Send it around day 7, 8, where it's just a personal message asking if everything is okay, right? You want this to be text-based, once again, and keep it very conversational. Offer direct support, final incentive reminder, and a personal sign-off, right? Because this personal touch can recover subscribers who had issues or objections. And the pattern interrupt of a text-based email often increases a ton of engagement because you stand out from a bunch of other people, right? Who just use very graphic-heavy emails. So as far as the Klaviyo setup, you want your trigger to be subscribed to list, filter be place order 0 times since starting this flow, and then you want to add time delays between emails, right? So 1 to 2 days each. So next, right, is going to be the abandonment flows. So there's 4 distinct abandonment flow types that we're going to have, right? Each needing its own. And the separation is critical because each represents a different level of purchase intent. So first one is going to be our website abandonment flow. So it's triggered when someone visits your site but doesn't view specific products. So email 1, send 2 to 4 hours after site visit. So this could be needing some help finding what you're looking for style email. Show best selling categories, offer assistance, because it's a simple one email flow designed to get them back to browsing, right? Since these visitors showed the low purchase intent, a single gentle nudge is just appropriate, right? So next is going to be our browsed abandonment flow. This is triggered when someone views a product but doesn't add to cart. So email 1, we want to go ahead and send out 45 minutes after browse. It just reminds them about a specific product they viewed, shows the abandoned product image prominently with a simple continue shopping CTA, right? Email 2, you can send out a day after, where it's just more information on the brand and some risk reversals that you could have, why your brand is trustworthy, right? So some social proof can go a long way right here, showing the abandoned product plus similar recommendations. Sometimes this performs really well because they may like the style of the product, but they may want another version or another just product, right? That can go hand in hand. And then you just want to address some common objections. And this is key where a lot of people don't do it, but address the objections. This is the perfect time to do it, right? Because we will never truly know why they're not, but if we at least have an idea of the top 5 reasons why they may not, great time to handle it right now. Right. So email 3, you want to go ahead and send 2 days after, right? Make sure it's product specific testimonials, reviews for abandoned product, clear shop now buttons, and alternative recommendations. And then email 4, you want to send 3 days later, where it just introduces discounts if they never have purchased, creates urgency, clear CTA, and you just want to show the product once again, right? And then email 5, send 4 days later. It's more of a last chance messaging, right? Make this one very urgent, direct, clear copy with a final CTA. This flow works because it combines reminders with objection handling, right? Social proof and urgency, and addressing the overall complete purchase decision process that people make. So as far as the Klaviyo setup, the trigger is going to be viewed product, filters will be added to cart 0 times, plus started checkout 0 times, plus placed order 0 times. So cart abandonment next, right? Quick note, 99% of brands, right, actually incorrectly set up cart abandonments as checkout abandonments. They are different, right? Make sure they're different or your agency separates them, right? So you want to go to make sure it's triggered when someone adds a product to cart but doesn't begin checkout. So you want email 1 to be sent 30 minutes after abandon, and it's just a simple reminder of the item in cart, product image plus details with a clear return to cart CTA. Then email 2, you want to be sent out 1 day later, where it's text-based message from the founder/brand. So some pattern disruption again. Make it very personal, brief reminder about the cart and the clear CTA, right? Email 3, we want to go ahead and send 2 days later, brands, USPs, and risk reversals, addresses objections, right, such as shipping returns, etc., whatever it is. Show cart content, and once again, just very clear, concise CTA. Then email 4, you want it sent out 3 days later, and you want to load this one up with social proof and testimonials, product reviews. You want to show what was left in the cart, and just once again, clear CTA, right? Email 5, we want to send 4 days later. This is, again, very urgent one style. So this is, again, we want the copy and tone to be very urgent. Your cart is about to expire, clear CTA. So then you want to split the flows based on purchase history, right? So for past customers, send support email. For non-purchasers, send discount offer. This is huge. So email 6 for customers, send day 5 saying text-based support message, is everything okay? Offer assistance, final cart reminder. Email 6B for non-customers, send day 5, which will be just introducing discounts, creating urgency, clear call to actions. Email 7 for non-customers, send on day 6. It will be last chance for discount, maximum urgency, and then final CTA. And then for email 8 for non-customers, send day 7, right? Which will be a final text-based message, very personalized tone, again, last support offer, and then a final reminder. So splitting the flows based on purchase history allows you to protect margins with existing customers who don't need a discount to convert, right? While offering incentives to new customers who need that extra push. So the Klaviyo setup, you want the trigger to be added to cart, which will require a custom setup. So if you're on Shopify, you can look up a tutorial or ask me, more than happy to help in the comments. And then you want the filters to be started checkout 0 times plus placed order 0 times. Next one is going to be our checkout abandonment flow, right? This is triggered when someone begins checkout but doesn't complete purchase. So you want to use the same email sequence as cart abandonment, but you want to have stronger urgency because these people were the closest to buying, more focus on checkout friction points, such as address payment concerns, shipping questions, etc., and then more emphasis on trust signals, so security badges, review specific to the checkout experience. Because checkout abandoners had the highest purchase intent, so they're most likely to convert with a proper follow-up. So you want the Klaviyo setup to just be, started checkout, and then the filter to be placed order 0 times. Next is going to be our post-purchase flow, right? And this flow builds loyalty and encourages additional purchases. This flow is essential because it's much easier to sell to existing customers than it is to acquire new ones. So it helps you get both part of the business, right? So in email, you're going to be able to funnel into first time, and flows like this is going to help them keep them as customers, right? So email 1, you want to send immediately, which is going to be a thank you message from the founder. You want it to be text-based, personal tone. You want to order confirmation. You just want to really build a lot of excitement for their purchase, right? And then what you could also do is cross-sell with an opportunity, right? So if your product tends to go hand in hand with another one, or if your store does, incorporate it. It's going to be the best time to get it because they just bought. They probably will buy again if it gets to enhance their experience with your product. Email 2, you want to send day 1, right? Which is just a social media invitation, quote unquote, follow us style messaging is what you want to go for. You just want to give a preview of your community and just simple social buttons. So building community through social media extends the relationship beyond transactional emails. It makes them feel like they're a part of you guys, right? And that's essentially what we want. We want them to be cultivated within this following that we're going to build around the brand. Email 3, you want to send on day 3, which is just how to get most for your product, right? Usage tips, best practices, frequently asked questions, addressing common questions that they may have, and just cross-sell recommendations, right? Because educational content reduces returns and supports inquiries while building satisfaction. So then email 4, you want to send on day 7-14 after delivery. So you want to do a very simple review request, right? Make it easy to leave a feedback. Incentivize reviews if needed, because reviews not only help with future customers, but also increase the customer's own commitment to your brand. So then email 5, you want to send after day 14 to 21, where you just do, again, cross-sell recommendations, right? We want to make sure we can get more products out in front of them. Customers also bought messaging. This goes huge because people just bought products. And if they can see what others are buying, it kind of makes them feel like, oh, they're missing out or they need to join in on the action, right? And then clear shop now CTA buttons, right? And as far as the Klaviyo setup goes, you want the trigger to be placed order. Then you want no filters in this, right? If you are a higher AOV brand, right, with naturally lower repeat purchase rates, consider adding a separate upsell flow after the post-purchase flow. Trigger this flow immediately after order fulfillment, not when the order is placed, and include, right, email 1, 7 to 10 days post fulfillment, recommend complimentary items. Email 2, you want to send again 7 to 10 days later, offer a small incentive to return, and then email 3, 10 to 14 days, which is just a final reminder that the offer is expiring. This creates additional touch points that can drive repeat purchasers for brands where they don't occur naturally. Then our win back flow, right? This is for customers who haven't purchased in a while. And the timing depends on your typical purchase cycle. So email 1, you want to send 60 to 90 days after last purchase, hypothetically. And it kind of wants to be more like a quote unquote, we miss you style messaging, right? Reminder of your brand value, new products since the last purchase, and then a very clear CTA. Email 2, you want sent out 7 days later, where it offers discount to return. It creates some urgency with a clear CTA. And then email 3 to be sent out 7 days later with the final message from founder, last chance for discount, very personalized tone, and a clear CTA. And the win back flow actually prevents customer churn because it re-engages them before they completely forget about your brand. So as far as the Klaviyo setup goes, you want the trigger to be placed order at least once, plus place order 0 times in the last 60-90 days. The filter, you want it to be placed order 0 times since starting this flow. Next is going to be our campaign strategy, right? So now you have your flow set up, which are going to act as your 24/7 salesman, but now you want to make sure you have regular campaigns to stay on top of mind and drive the incremental revenue. So as far as campaign frequency, the optimal sending frequency is 3 to 4 times campaigns per week to your engaged list. Many brands fear sending too many emails, but testing has consistently shown for our clients that when we send 3 to 4 times per week, it generates revenue more than 1 to 2 times per week. Unsub rates don't significantly increase with actual proper email that people like. And it builds a stronger habit of opening your emails, right? And it keeps your brain on top of mind, which is most important now because attention is the best modern day currency. So if your content provides value, customers will welcome regular emails. So higher frequency wins because the incremental revenue from additional sends outweighs the minimal increase in the unsub rates. So first thing you want to do is always build a monthly campaign calendar. So if you're someone that just creates emails on the whim or anything like that, that's not the best way. Sit there and strategize based off what your people like, what values you want to send out. Are there any holidays going on? How you want that to look, and create a monthly campaign calendar. That is going to go a long way. So you want to mark important dates first, right? This could be product launches, sales and promotions, holidays, inventory restocks. Then second, you want to add supplementary emails around key events, right? This could be sales announcements, reminders, last chance emails. Then you want to fill gaps with micro topic campaigns, right? Which could be educational content, brand stories, social proof, product highlights. And you just want to aim to have 3 to 4 campaigns a week with a healthy mix of, once again, promotional and value-based email content, right? So non-discount campaign types. This is where sometimes brands tend to get a little bit confused. So here's some ideas that we have, steals them off of us, right? So you don't want to solely rely on discounts. So again, here's some proven campaigns that works that are going to help you maintain your margins. So first one is going to be one benefit emails, right? This focuses on a single benefit of your product with a clear headline highlighting one benefit, supporting copy and imagery, clear CTA, and don't try to cover multiple benefits. We want to highlight just one because single benefit emails work because they're focused and easy to understand. So when you highlight too many benefits, none of them really stand out, right? Next is going to be one feature emails. So a spotlight on a specific feature of your product. So this could be a technical aspect, this could be material, this could be ingredient, this could be the manufacturing process, or it could just be a clear connection to your customer's benefit, right? And these emails educate your audience and justify your price point by highlighting quality aspects. Or this is a really great email to send out if you guys have a higher priced product, because when you're able to do this, it kind of shows them why you guys are expensive, right? And address that point with value like this. Next is going to be frequently asked questions. You want to address common questions, right? Focus on one question per email, provide a thorough answer, connect to product benefits, include relevant products, right? And FAQ emails just overcome objections before they become barriers to purchases. And then you want to have a myth versus fact style email, right? You want to correct misconceptions. You want to identify common myths in your industry, right? And you want to present them factual information. So you want to position your product as the solution and have a clear CTA followed with this, right? This format builds authority and overcomes common objection in your market, right? Next is going to be the what's inside email, right? This just breaks down what's in your product. This could be ingredients or components, sourcing information, benefits of each element, educational tone, clear product connection, right? These emails just highlight quality and justify premium pricing. Next is going to be a how it's made email, right? Shows your manufacturing processes, step-by-step breakdown, quality control measures, craftsmanship highlight, behind-the-scene content. And transparency is just going to go a long way in building trust, and it justifies pricing. Next is going to be one of my personal favorites, the how to use emails, because it provides usage instructions, right? It provides step-by-step guides, tip for best results, common mistakes to avoid, and just product recommendations, because educational content increases product satisfaction and reduces returns. Back in stock emails, right? Announced restocked items. This can create urgency, mention previous sellout, clear shop buttons, and just consider early access for subscribers, right? These go a long way because scarcity messaging creates FOMO and urgency. Next one is going to be trending / bestseller emails. These will do really well for you guys because you just have social proof element. Again, what others are buying with clear images and benefits, and a very easy purchase path because they leverage social proof and people want to buy what other people are buying at the end of the day, right? Next is going to be reviews and testimonial emails. So feature customer feedback. You want to highlight specific reviews, include customer photos if it's possible, organized by product or theme, clear shop buttons. And reviews from peers are more trusted than the overall brand messaging. So this is going to go a long way. Next is going to be research / science emails. So share relevant studies, right? Connect research to your products, translate complex findings into simple benefits, like just dumb it down, position your product as the solution, keep a very educational tone, and just overall, right? Scientific backing adds credibility and justifies premium pricing. And then the next one is holiday / seasonal emails and just tied into timely events, right? It could just be major holidays or small ones, right? It doesn't matter. Seasonal product recommendations. You want to do gift guides, timely offers, just because seasonal emails just create relevancy. So people love that. And it provides them a legitimate reason as to why they need to shop now. Next thing we are going to cover is email design and copywriting, right? So how you present your messaging is as important as the message itself. So the best email design practices is making sure you have mobile optimization, right? Because over 60% of emails are opened on mobile. So use single column layouts, minimum 16px font size, large thumb-friendly buttons, compressed images for fast loading. So one thing I want you to understand that having mobile optimization is essential, right? Because if not, having poor mobile experiences leads to more of an immediate disengagement, and we don't want that, right? It's something we see a lot of brands commonly suffer with. So next are the essential email sections to have, right? So number one, you want to have your header section, right? So you want to have logo for brand recognition, main headline, supporting subheadline, primary CTA button, hero image, right? It's going to be product or lifestyle. Second is going to be body / bridge section. This is supporting information, benefits and features, or social proof. Secondary imagery, reinforcing the CTA. Third is going to be a product showcase section, just clear product images, brief descriptions, individual quote unquote shop now CTAs for each product with price information. And then for your footer section, right? Category, navigation buttons, social media links, required legal information, secondary navigation, and all that great stuff. So this structure creates a really clear visual hierarchy that guides the readers through your content. Next is our button strategy, right? You want to go ahead and make sure you place a primary button above the fold. You want to use contrasting colors, 44px height minimum, right? It's thumb friendly. Clear action oriented text such as shop now, get started. Include buttons after each major section and add a category button in footers, right? Because multiple buttons throughout email increases the chances of clicks, especially for mobile users who may not scroll to the bottom. But don't overdo it with links because that can hurt deliverability. Then you want to go to make sure you're using infographics effectively, right? Because infographics just increase engagement and understanding, right? So number one is going to be checklists. Convert features / benefits into checklist formats. Use check marks for visual confirmation. Clear organization. 2, icon graphics. Simple icons that just represent key benefits, minimal text, and very visually appealing. Then you want to feature diagrams, which could be highlighting specific product features, arrow pointing to features, brief explanations, comparison charts using us versus them style format, clear categories, visual differentiation, timelines, right? Show progress or process, step-by-step visualization, expected results over time. Then it's going to be numbered list. Convert information into numbered points, right? You want to have a clear hierarchy and it's very easy to scan. 7 is tables. Organize complex information, clear rows and columns, visual structure. 8 will be our flow charts. It's going to be decision pads, product selection guides, visual navigation, and just overall visual elements help improve comprehension and engagement. And the brain processes visual information 60,000 times faster than text. Because a lot of times people are just going to be scrolling emails. So if they can see a quick infographic, it's actually going to catch their attention and they're going to scan it a whole lot easier than having to read columns and paragraphs, right? So next is going to be copywriting for conversion. This is huge. You want to make sure you don't actually sound like a robot in this. You want to keep your headlines short, right? 2 to 5 words is ideal. Use title cases for professionalism. Build curiosity without being clickbait. And consider adding one emoji for attention. This goes a long way. Headlines have one job: get the reader to continue reading. That's it. So short, impactful headlines do it the best. Next is your subject line and preview text strategy. So this is the best practices for subject lines. So it's going to be 2 to 5 words for maximum impact. You want to create curiosity. You want to use title cases and occasional emojis for standouts, right? And then avoid spam triggers like free, act now, buy now, stuff like that. And then you want to go ahead and make sure you have some preview text tips, right? So support the subject line. Add information not in the subject line itself, and end with ellipsis to create curiosity. This is huge. And if you keep your subject line or preview text strictly lowercase, it tends to get a higher open rate, what we have seen. So feel free to test that out for your own brand. And just keep it under 100 characters. So subject lines actually determine the open rates, right? Making them the most important copy element. So short subject lines, 40 to 50 characters, ensure they display fully on mobile devices. And then as far as body copy guidelines, you want to go ahead and make sure it's skimmable, right? So avoid text blocks, use bullet points or short paragraphs, include plenty of white space, bold key information, right? Next, keep it clear and concise, right? One main point per email, short and simple sentences, active voice, and conversational tone. Next, make it engaging, right? Use punchy copy where it's short but really impactful. Include specific information. Add entertaining elements, right? Like jokes, puns, stories. Then use power words because people don't really read emails, they scan them. So format accordingly for maximum impact. So as far as your email copy creation process goes, you want to plan the email structure first. Then you want to write headline and main points, draft body copy, edit for brevity and impact. Then you want to review the conversion elements, and then you want to test different versions, right? Writing the structure before diving into the copy actually ensures a very logical flow and just strong conversion elements. And then as far as the technical implementations, right, you want to have an easy design workflow. So Figma is recommended over Canva for email design because it offers better organization capabilities, more precise control, more professional results, and better collaborations features. So all the designers on our team also use Figma, so we really vouch for it. It's a great product, great software, so definitely use this when you start creating your emails. We'll definitely drop a separate video on how to design beautiful emails. But you want to go ahead and make sure you create frame, right? Have a 600px width standard, set up basic structures like header, body, footer, add content blocks, and add actual content imagery and organize layers with proper naming. This is going to be huge. And export for implementation because professional design tools create more polished results that reflect well on your brand. Visual appeal will go a huge way. And some people specifically love your brand because you have such beautiful designs. And we've seen this a lot of times where people just respond back and tell us, love the designs, just about the product because of it, right? It goes a long way to have beautiful designed emails. So make sure you slice your designs into actual sections. You want to export them as JPG or PNG. So you want to compress the images via I Love IMG or similar websites. You want to upload them to your Klaviyo or whatever email software provider you're using. You want to add proper links to each images. You want to add alt text to all images also. Test on multiple devices. This is huge. And then add hidden HTML text for deliverability. This is key. A lot of brands will never do step 8. If you do this, you're going to have really good inbox placement. So proper implementation just ensures your beautiful design actually renders correctly across all devices and actually reaches the inbox. Section we're going to cover is going to be testing and optimization, right? So continuous testing is essential for maximizing your results. Now you have your campaign set up, you have your flow set up. Now we need to constantly be refining. So essential A/B tests that we want to do is graphic versus text-based emails. So you want to test highly designed emails against simple text-based formats, right? So text-based often outperform graphic for abandonment flows, what we have seen. Graphic often works better for product showcases, and text-based feels a little bit more personal, right? So alternate formats to see what your audience prefers. So some audience are readers, while others are scanners. Testing is going to help you find out what your list is so you can curate it right around them. Then you want to do subject line testing, right? Don't just test for opens, test for revenue impacts. Test statement versus questions. Test with or without emojis. This is going to go huge, right? Test different angles like benefits, curiosity, urgency, and analyze based on placed order rate. not just opens, right? Opens mean nothing if they don't lead to revenue. Optimize for purchases, not just vanity metrics. Next is going to be product versus category testing. Test showing specific products versus category collection, right? Some audiences prefer individual products, others prefer broader category navigation. Impact varies by price point and product complexity. So this test reveals how your audience shops through browsing categories or through direct product recommendation. Next, we want to do long form versus short form content. So test detailed content against brief messaging. Short often wins for abandonment flows, but we have seen longer sometimes works for more educational content. So for your campaigns or a blog style, it will do perfect. And then you just want to find your audience's preferences through testing, right? Because content length should match your audience's engagement level and the complexity of your product. Next is going to be campaign timing optimization. So test different sending times and days, morning versus evenings, weekday versus weekend. Tests based on order value, not just clicks, right? Timing impact results because it affects when your emails appear on top of the inbox. Next, you want to do flow time delay testing. So you want to test different delays between triggers and first email, right? 30 minutes versus 4 hours for abandonment. Immediate versus 1 day for welcome emails, right? Base decisions on revenue, not just engagement. As you see, this is something we are really enforcing. Do not focus on the vanity metrics, focus on what converts. Optimal timing varies based on purchase intent level and just buyer journey stage, right? So next thing you want to test is branded text versus plain text testing. So test different text email formats. So branded has logo, formatting, footer. Plain text is just purely plain, like you're just sending an email to your coworker, and different contexts favor different approaches. So text-based emails often increase engagement by appearing more personal and less promotional. So to set up proper tests in Klaviyo for campaigns, you want to create campaign, click create A/B test, select test type, define the variant, right? So then you want to set the test duration. So we recommend 24 hours, and then you want to choose winning metric, right? Which is going to be placed order rate. For flows, you want to add a conditional split, set random sample, 50-50, what we recommend, create 2 paths, and set up variation in each path. Monitor results for over time, 2+ weeks, and declare winner based on revenue. So proper testing ensures statistically valid results and truly improves performance, right? So using flow for conversion data. So track more than just open rates, right? Track your click to open ratio, browse to cart conversion, cart to checkout conversion, checkout to purchase conversion, identify drop-off points in the customer journey, and fix it from there, right? That's going to be through testing. Next, you want to do campaign performance analysis. So beyond just revenue per email, track the revenue per reception, average order value, first time versus repeat purchaser ratio, product category performance. Comprehensive analysis reveals opportunities just beyond the simple revenue metrics, right? Using successful campaigns and flows, this is something that we do heavy, right? When a campaign performs exceptionally well, analyze why it worked, identify the key elements, incorporate these elements into relevant flows, adjust flow context, and test a new flow variation. This approach makes the most of your successful content, extending its impact beyond one-time sends. Next, we're going to go over segmentation and advanced strategies, right? Segmentation ensures that you're sending the right content to the right people. And this precision style approach improves both deliverability and engagement. So the key segmentation strategy, you want to go based on engaged segmentation, right? So create these essential segments: 14-day engaged, or opened or clicked in the last 14 days. 30-day engaged, opened or clicked in the last 30 days. 60-day engaged, which is opened or clicked in the last 60 days. The 90-day engaged, right, which is opened or clicked in the last 90 days. So in Klaviyo, use these criteria. Has opened email at least once in the last 30 days, or has clicked email at least once in the last X days, and can receive email marketing, and has bounced email 0 times. Make sure to get the or and the other and properly done. If not, it will really mess up your segmentation. So engagement-based segmentation allows you to send more frequently to higher engaged subscribers while protecting your sender reputation. And it just limits send to least engaged subscribers. Next is going to be purchase behavior-based segments, right? This is going to be VIP customers. You can determine this could be people who have bought X amount of times or placed an order X amount of times. It could be high potential purchasers, could be active on site, viewed product in the last 30 days. They added to cart, checkout last 30 days, 60 days, or they placed order 0 times in the last 30, 60 days, whatever it is, right? You get to determine this product based on the behaviors of your list. So win back potential, right? These are people that could have placed an order at least once all time. They placed an order between 90 to 150 days ago, or they placed an order 0 times in the last 90 days. Purchase behavior segmentation lets you adapt messaging based on customer relationship stages. It protects margins with existing customers while incentivizing new ones. Next is going to be interest-based segmentation, right? This is you're creating segments based on product interest, right? Viewed specific category, purchased from specific category, clicked on a specific product type in emails. These allow for targeted campaigns and just cross-selling. So this works really well if you have a really high AOV product and it's in the thousands, right? And it has a higher abandon rate. You're probably going to want to target these specific product ones a lot more. Suppression strategies, right? You want to create a suppression segment. This could be people that have opened email 0 times in the last 180 days, or has bounced email at least once all time, or has marked email as spam at least once all time, right? So you want to review monthly and suppress these profiles to maintain deliverability. Next is going to be deliverability improvement, right? This is going to happen to every brand, and this segment is going to be really important. So make sure to save this point, right, in your notes. So the 6-week deliverability improvement plan. So if your emails are landing in spam, week 1 to 3, this is what you want to do. You want to create engaged segments, 14, 30 day, 60 day, 90 day. You want to turn off all flows except welcome, abandonment, and post-purchase, right? Only have the key flows on. Send 3 campaigns per week only to 14-day list engage and aim for 50% open rates. Next, weeks 3 to 4, once open rates are 50% up, expand to 30-day engaged list. Continue 3 campaigns per week and monitor open rates, right? Keep them above 40%. Then week 5 to 6, you want to start expanding to 60-day engaged list. You want to continue monitoring open rates and adjust segments if the open rates drop. And then week 6 plus, you want to use 90-day engaged as your standard sending list. Send 1 campaign monthly to full list to recover engagement, and never send to completely unengaged segments. This is going to ruin it all. So this strategy works because you're quote unquote tricking the inbox provider through sending only to highly engaged subscribers. So you're artificially boosting your sender reputation, then gradually expanding on your audience while maintaining strong engagement metrics. So then you have your advanced revenue strategies, right, which is strategic discounting. So instead of regular discounts, you want to limit discounts to specific customer segments, use tiered discount based on spend, create exclusive access over straight discounts. You want to test discounts, threshold effectiveness. So overall, strategic discounting just protects margins while still driving conversions where needed. Next is going to be VIP program integration. So create specific flows for 5+ time purchasers, early access to new products. You want to give them exclusive content and offer, and just overall personal thank you messages go a lot weight in these flows. And the reason why VIP program works so well and they repeat a lot of customers is because it makes them feel they're very exclusive, right? They're an exclusive group, yet they're very involved within the actual brand yourself. And that goes a long way. Next is just going to be advanced personalization. So beyond name personalization, you want to go to do product recommendation, optimization, purchase anniversary recognition, location-based content. This goes a long way. Now, if you implement all the information in the course, I can guarantee you'll start seeing amazing results in a matter of weeks, just like all my clients have done, right? Including this brand that actually went 90K all the way to 152K in just 30 days. And this brand that scaled from $245,000 a month to $601,000 a month in email marketing in 75 days. And another brand that added an extra $295,000 a month. So if you want my agency to implement all of this email marketing system for your e-commerce business, click on the first link in the description to book a call with me. Looking forward to hearing back from y'all. Bye.